Hey guys, this is Amy with Stick with the Plan, and today we are in Peril at the battlefield talking about advancing. Stay right here. So glad you're with me today. I'm talking about advancing here on this battlefield. This was a battle that was fought during the Civil War in the month of October 1862. And I was thinking about battles in our lives where, once you have won, you can just know that, draw a line in the sand and know that, I'm never going to go back to that place, or that's a victory. I can place a marker down and know that it's mine. I was talking with a friend recently, and she said, it's been a year since a true tragedy happened in her life where it involved a little child was lost. He went on to heaven, and it was in their community. And, she felt half responsible for this accident. And, it took the Lord. It was something supernatural that she had to give that grief over to the Lord to know that it wasn't her fault, that she could move on in the plans that God had for her, that, she had a great calling on her to be a mother and for a believer, and she's a great witness for the Lord. But she had to put a marker down and say, I'm not going to get lost in the grief. I'm going to move on. And she can't go back to that place. She said she was tempted recently because of this year anniversary, thinking about that tragedy. And she said, I was tempted to get right back into that heartbreak, right back into that grief. But she said she heard my voice, like a little Amy in her head, saying, you can't go back there. You've already won. Don't go back. Don't lose that victory. And then I thought, well, that's funny that she heard my voice. But one of my favorite scriptures comes out of the book of Samuel, 1 Samuel chapter 7, where it says that he laid a stone down, where they had won a place, they had advanced, they put a marker down, a stone on the ground to remind the enemy, we've taken this much land. You cannot go this far. We're not going to retreat. We're advancing, to put a marker down. Then it reminded me of something that Jesus said in Luke 19, where he said, occupy until I come. I recently heard that word occupy means advance and hold on. Now, there's things in our life where we've occupied, where we've had a victory. Now we need to hold on to it and advance. God's calling us for more ground. This won't be the last victory that we have. So in my friend's life, as she's overcoming that tragedy, that grief, she put a marker down. She can't go back. She can't let the enemy try to move that stone where she's already, conquered this grief. She has to keep advancing and holding on. That's the same in our lives. It happened to me with grief also. When my mother went on to heaven, I was tempted to stay and get lost in that why, that disappointment and that hurt. She passed very quickly with cancer. And, I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't ready. I didn't understand how that could happen. And the Lord shook me and said, Amy, don't get lost in that why. You'll never accomplish the plans I have for you if you're going to just stay right there and get lost in the why. And I thought, I laid a marker down that day, and I said, I'm not going to get lost in the why. I'm going to move on in the plans of God. We have to keep advancing. Now, there might be something in your life where maybe something tragedy has happened in your life where the enemy wants to remind you, pull you back into that battle and make you lose your peace, lose your joy. But I've already put a marker down. I've already advanced past that. Now don't go backwards. Don't give any place to the enemy. Don't give him any territory. It could be symptoms trying to come back on your body of something you've been healed of. You think, no, I've laid a marker down. A friend of mine testified the other day and said, she was delivered from migraines and she felt the symptoms trying to come back on her. She said, no, I've already been healed. You can't come on me. She already laid the marker down. Not going to let the enemy advance past that anymore. She's going to take her land back. And in our life, whether, you're tempted to go back to a situation or something you've already overcome, you've been delivered from drugs and alcohol, why mess with that stone? Why go over to a place where that's going on? You know what happens over there. No, you've already laid that marker down. You laid the stone. We're not going backwards. We're advancing and we're holding on in victory. And that's how you'll stick with the plans that God has for you. So glad you were with me today. You are part of my team. You get out this good news with me each and every week. Thank you so much for your likes, your love, your shares. I love hearing from you. If you're on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to us. Leave me a comment. If you're on Facebook, go ahead and like our page, because every week we are bringing you a brand new video to help you stick with the plan. I'll see you again.